You're sitting in your living room. Your baby is playing quietly on the floor. You're not talking. You're not teaching. You're not even looking at them. And you feel a little guilty. Should you be talking more? Reading more? Doing flashcards? But here's what most parents don't realize. In Japan, a mother in Kyoto isn't filling the silence with words. She's doing something else entirely. And her baby's brain is developing faster than most children who hear constant talking. Not because she's teaching more. Because she's teaching differently. Here's the surprising part. Japanese babies don't need you to talk to them all the time. They need something else. Something most Western parents completely miss. Let me show you what it is. Most parents think intelligence comes from vocabulary, from being talked to, from hearing lots of words. That's what we've been told. But Japanese parents know something different. Research by William Caudle found that Japanese mothers spend less time chatting to their babies than American mothers. Much less. In fact, American mothers talk to their babies 1.5 times more often than Japanese mothers. So why do Japanese children excel in spatial intelligence and problem solving? Because their mothers are doing something else. Japanese mothers focus on nonverbal communication. Rocking. Holding. Physical presence. But here's the part that shocked me when I saw it with my own eyes. When a Japanese mother holds her baby, she's not just comforting them. She's building their brain. Caudle's research found that Japanese mothers spend more than twice as much time rocking their infants as American mothers. And they hold their babies for a substantially greater proportion of time, especially when the baby is sleeping. To most Western parents, this seems strange. Why hold a sleeping baby? Japanese babies learn that presence is constant. One teaches urgency. The other teaches safety. Here's where 90% of parents make it worse without realizing it. We've been told to talk to our babies constantly, to narrate everything, to build vocabulary. But here's what most parents don't realize. Verbal communication isn't the only way to build intelligence. Caudle's research found that Japanese mothers emphasize visual stimulation, emotional communication through physical contact, and de-emphasize verbal communication. This fosters the development of spatial and bodily-oriented modes of perception. Skills associated with the right hemisphere of the brain. Skills that show up on IQ tests as spatial intelligence. The kind of intelligence that predicts success in math, engineering, and problem solving. Your baby isn't missing out when you're quiet. They're learning a different kind of intelligence. And here's the ironic part. The American emphasis on verbal communication might actually be holding some babies back. Not because words are bad. Because they come at the expense of something else. Japanese infants learn to rely on nonverbal cues. Body motion. Gestures. Facial expressions. Physical proximity. These are the foundations of emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence predicts IQ. This next finding changed how I think about every single interaction with my baby. Japanese mothers view their babies as an extension of themselves. American mothers view their babies as separate individuals who need to become independent. This changes everything. When you view your baby as an extension of yourself, you don't need words. You just know. You know when they're tired, when they're hungry, when they're overwhelmed. You don't need them to tell you. You just respond. And this constant responsiveness builds something powerful. It builds a secure base. Dr. Waters at Stony Brook University found that children who develop a secure base script learn to expect that when they need help, they will receive it. This expectation shapes their brain development. It builds the neural pathways for confidence, exploration, and problem solving. But this only works if you avoid one common mistake. The mistake 90% of parents make. We talk too much. We narrate. We label. We teach. And we miss the silence where real connection happens. A mother in Kyoto doesn't fill the silence with words. She fills it with presence. She holds. She rocks. She waits. And her baby learns something no flashcard can teach. Safety. And safety is the foundation of intelligence. Here's what you do starting tonight. No perfection required. Step 1. Hold your baby more. Not just when they're crying. When they're calm. When they're sleeping. Physical presence builds the brain. Step 2. Rock them. The vestibular stimulation reduces overarousal and creates more learning states. Step 3. Stop narrating everything. Let there be silence. Your presence is enough. Step 4. Respond the same way to all sounds. Don't make your baby escalate to be heard. Constant presence teaches safety. Step 5. Trust your instincts. You know your baby better than any expert. Your baby isn't missing out when you're quiet. They're learning a different language. The language of safety. They're not waiting for words. They're feeling your presence. You are not a teacher. You are a safe harbor. And that safe harbor is where intelligence grows. Tomorrow morning, try holding your baby in silence. Just hold them, without talking, and watch what happens.